Hey, U2, Green Day, The Saints Are Coming. It's going to be a first time listen, first time reaction. If you're new, you know what? I would appreciate it if you do hit that subscribe button, notification bell, give it a share, because it's going to be a first time listen, first time reaction. I am aware of U2. U2, me free. Reminds me of that Jackie Chan skit with Chris Rock. If you haven't seen it, just YouTube it. Who, you? No, me. Who's you? I'm you. No, I'm you. And it just goes round and round and round. It's quite funny. It's a cultural thing. It's quite, probably nowadays, you probably get away with it now. I don't know. Anyway, let's jump in without further ado. Yeah. Like the build up. The Saints are coming. Help us.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun.
Yo, U2 and Green Day together. U2, Green Day. The Saints are coming. I recognise this song as well. There's a saint in house. I wonder if it's to do with that tornado that happened in the States, because there's some segments being taken out of news media footage. But yeah, already we're off to an epic start. The build up, the tempo, it's already gonna be this kind of like sensational vibe to it. You know what I mean? This kind of, well, you got U2 and Green Day mixed together, so you know it's not gonna fall short of any expectations. Let's keep it real.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the run of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. I cried to my daddy on the telephone. How long now? Until the clouds unroll and you come down the line where.
Okay.
But the shadow still remains since your descent, your descent. I cried to my daddy on the telephone. How long now? Till the clouds unroll and you come on the line went. But the shadows still remain since your descent, your descent. Oh, yeah, hey. The saints are coming. The saints are coming. I say no matter how I try, we rise
Yeah, it was about the hurricane, isn't it? Not a tornado. Hurricane Katrina. I think this administration back then was the George Bush administration, and obviously the video did say Iraq. I remember the how Kanye West went on to national TV and he said George Bush don't care about black people, and everyone was like, oh, you know what I mean? That whole scene right there, it felt like a movie. Did you see how the choppers and the jets were being flown in into New Orleans? It felt like it was CGI, but the whole thing's real. Absolutely madness. U2, this reminds me of like U2, how they are engaged with the human side of life, the human, what's the word I'm looking for? Humanitarian. I'll get it right. That side of things, they're very engaged. It's ironic, and you got, I was about to say Greenpeace, but you got Green Day. You got U2 and Green Day, the two groups that are fundamentally at the forefront, hopefully set the way for other groups to follow. Now, I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, when the lead singer from Green Day was singing it, there was a house in New Orleans. This doesn't feel like the whole song in its entirety. I feel like it's a bit of a mashup. So correct me if I'm wrong. Just tell me if it is. Do so. If it's just me, because obviously I've not heard the original, then I'll have to at some point go ahead and react to it on the channel. And yeah, it's good to see that. I guess it was awareness being made to the situation that things had to be done to such an extent. Now, obviously, the thing you got to think about is how much does a situation have to be, like how bad does a situation have to be when you got musicians getting involved to influence decision making on a political level? U2, Green Day, Kanye West, a bunch of artists who spoke up about this. Why? What, so I'm not going to delve into maybe, who knows, we'll see if time permits, into the history, or I guess why people felt a certain way and they were irked to do something, which then sparked the reaction it did, especially with, I guess, the troops coming in and providing aid. Was it a little too late, perhaps? Or was it too much too soon? Well, it's never too much too soon. But the thing is, if you know a hurricane's coming, I guess not everyone was able to evacuate. I don't know the ins and outs, but for me, it's interesting because that's the way of the world, the way things work. And in music, not everything's about making a song, hitting the Billboard charts, and getting a payday. Sometimes it's actually creating some awareness, and I think sometimes, not all the time, no one's obligated to do it. No musicians are obligated to do it, but I guess if you are inclined and you just have that feeling to do something like that, by all means, knock yourself out. U2 and Green Day with The Saints Are Coming. All right, folks, that was my reaction. Those are my thoughts. I'll be interested to know what you got to say, so leave it in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Fundamentally and foremost, anybody and everyone that was affected by the hurricane, I do hope they are safe and sound in their own humble abode, as we are in 2024. All right, peace.